Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to share a story that really made me think about something we all face: finding our right place in the world. It's a simple tale, but the lesson behind it is incredibly powerful. Imagine a poor farmer struggling to make ends meet. He had a plot of land, but no buffalo or cow to plow it. Without the right tools, his field remained uncultivated, and his worries grew with each passing day. He sat by his small hut, watching the sunset, wondering how he would ever provide for himself. Then, an idea sparked in his mind, a desperate, unusual idea. He owned a pig. Why not? He thought. A pig is strong. Maybe it can pull the plow. The next morning, filled with a mix of hope and desperation, the farmer went to the pig pen. He fashioned a rough harness from some old rope and managed to get it around the pig's thick neck. The pig, confused and startled, just looked at him with its small, curious eyes. The farmer led it out to the field, the heavy wooden plow waiting in the dirt. He attached the plow to the harness and gave the pig a gentle nudge. "Go on," he urged. "Let's get this field ready." But the pig didn't move. It just stood there, sniffing the soil. The farmer pushed a little harder, trying to guide it forward. That's when the chaos began. The pig let out a deafening squeal, a sound of pure protest. It wasn't built for this. Its short legs weren't designed for pulling, and the harness dug uncomfortably into its skin. It started to panic, thrashing from side to side. It kicked its legs, dug its snout into the mud, and rolled around, trying to shake off the strange contraption. The farmer grew impatient. "Come on, you lazy thing," he shouted, his voice echoing across the empty field. He pulled on the rope, but the pig resisted with all its might. It was a battle of wills. The pig pulled one way, the farmer pulled the other. The more the farmer insisted, the more the pig fought back. The neat rows he had imagined were turning into a muddy, chaotic mess. The pig was covered in dirt, the plow was half buried, and the farmer was getting angrier and angrier. "If you don't work, you don't eat," the farmer threatened, his frustration boiling over. He was convinced the pig was just being stubborn. He couldn't see that he was asking for the impossible. Finally, with one powerful, desperate heave, the pig snapped the rope. It scrambled away, squealing, and hid in the corner of its pen, trembling. The farmer was left standing alone in the ruined field, his plan in tatters, holding a frayed piece of rope. He slumped to the ground, defeated. The sun was high in the sky now, and he had accomplished nothing but terrifying his animal and making a mess. As he sat there, catching his breath, he heard a voice. It wasn't human. He looked over at the pig pen. The pig was looking at him, its frightened eyes seeming to hold a strange wisdom. And then, in the farmer's mind, he heard the pig's voice, clear as day. "I'm not a buffalo. I'm not a cow. I'm a pig. I am good at finding truffles, clearing undergrowth, and, well, being a pig. But I am not made for plowing. If you force me to do a job I'm not suited for, you will fail, and I will suffer. We both lose." The farmer stared at the pig, the imaginary words ringing in his ears. And in that moment, everything clicked. He had been so focused on his problem that he had tried to force a solution that made no sense. He was trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. He had a pig and he was trying to turn it into a buffalo. It was a foolish, desperate plan, and it was doomed from the start. A wave of shame washed over him. He had been cruel to the animal, not out of malice, but out of ignorance. He slowly got up, went over to the pig pen, and took off the rest of the broken harness. The pig watched him, still wary, but it didn't run. The farmer sighed. His ploughing problem wasn't solved, but his perspective had shifted. He looked at his own two hands, his strong back, and then toward the forest bordering his land. There was plenty of fallen wood in there. He could gather it, chop it, and sell it in the village for a fair price. It would be hard work, but it was work he was capable of doing. From that day on, the farmer never tried to force the pig to be something it wasn't. He let the pig be a pig, and he focused on what he himself could do. He worked hard, gathering wood, and slowly but surely he saved enough money. Eventually, he was able to trade for some seeds he could plant without heavy plowing, and later he even managed to rent a buffalo from a neighbor for a day. His life didn't change overnight, but it moved in the right direction, and he learned a profound lesson. This story isn't just about a farmer and a pig. It's about all of us. How many times have we tried to force ourselves into a job, a relationship, or a role that just doesn't fit? We see a path that society tells us is right, or that we think we should want, and we try to mold ourselves into the person who can walk it. We put on a harness and try to pull a plow we were never meant to pull, and what happens? We end up miserable, frustrated, and feeling like a failure. We squeal and kick and roll in the mud, metaphorically speaking. The world tells you to be a doctor, but your heart sings when you paint. Your family wants you to be an engineer, but you come alive when you're teaching kids. You're trying to be an extroverted leader because that's what's rewarded, but you're a brilliant, quiet analyst who does their best work alone. Forcing it doesn't work. It leads to burnout, anxiety, and a deep sense of being out of place. You end up like the farmer, exhausted with a broken rope and a muddy field. The moral of the story is simple but so important. Every being has its own purpose. Every single one of us has a unique set of talents, skills, and passions. Our strengths are our own. A fish is designed to swim, a bird to fly, and a pig. Well, a pig is designed to be a pig. Success and happiness don't come from forcing ourselves to be like someone else. They come from understanding who we truly are and finding the work, the environment, and the life that aligns with our nature. It's about finding the field where we are the right tool for the job. So, take a moment to think about it. Are you trying to pull a plow you weren't meant to? Is there a harness around your neck that's making you miserable? Maybe it's time to stop pulling, to listen to that inner voice, and to recognize your true strengths. Maybe it's time to let yourself be the brilliant person you were actually meant to be, not the one you think you should be. It might mean letting go of an old plan and finding a new one, just like the farmer did. And that's not failure. That's wisdom. Thanks so much for hanging out and listening to this story with me today. I hope it gave you something to think about. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you do not miss our next one. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever felt like the pig in the story? Until next time, take care and be true to yourself.